Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back here. Yes, this is the Runaway Slave playthrough. So, if you're joining me, if you're a constant fan of this series, but maybe you missed the last episode, we have resettled. We have abandoned our old home, and we're here now, living out of a cave. No, not really, but our old home is still intact. It's funny to think of it as an old home now, but it's still over here. We've got our cabin. It's in this general cluster right here where we've got all the X's marked. There's the trap section up there by the coast. Haven't checked it in how many days? Let's see. 14. We need to get back up there, don't we? Well, we've actually, speaking of that, we've actually bitten off here a little bit of a side quest. So we're down here, as you can see, we follow the coast eastward, trying to get ourselves as far away from civilization as possible. Actually, the whole intent was to find a nice new hunting ground area, which has got a lot of flat land around it. This area seems pretty suitable. In fact, I think there's more down below here we haven't explored yet. So, with that in mind, the intention is to set up a little home away from home, a place where we can smoke meat or at least just prepare skins and stuff and dry some meat if smoking's not possible. But this, I think, what we're gonna do instead of just straight up doing a shelter, I'm gonna try and wall off this cave or build a door here somehow, and we're going to see if we can smoke meat inside this thing. Now, I guess one thing we should probably do is try to just see if we can smoke meat just like this. You know what I'm saying? If I get a big enough fire maybe back here in the deep part of this cave, like back here, maybe it would let me smoke it still, even though the cave's open. I don't know. Honestly, it's worth trying though. But of course, if we're going to be doing that kind of thing, we're going to need some meat ahead of time, aren't we? So we can't just smoke it with nothing. So what that means is we should probably get a kill set up. Now, let me look at the map real quick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark this with a marker so we know it's our cave home. That's its new name, the cave home. There it is. So yeah, we'll be coming back to this one in particular. I do actually have a torch on me right now, which is kind of handy. I'm liking it. That's what allows us to explore the interior of the cave without just blindly stumbling around. You can kind of see the glow surrounding my guy. And if I go to my inventory, you see I've got two torches here. And is there another one? I feel like there was three. One of them's, I don't know. But we are good. We're good to go. I think I'm going to leave the area because, like I said, now that we've found this spot, pretty sweet little spot, I think it's time to return home real quick. Not going to be super quick. It is kind of a good little trip. It's just up here. But like I said, it's been 2 weeks since we checked those traps. If there was like an elk or hopefully a seal, that was the whole point of those traps in particular. It's possible it might have gotten rotten, if it happened to get caught like on the day after we last visited it. That would be bad luck, but there's only one way to find out, and that's just to get up there and check. So, first things first, let's go. Oh, no squirrel. Not interested in a squirrel. This is it. This is our little peninsula here. Boom. All right, so our traps are set at this location. Let me have a little bite to eat. It is nighttime, but it looks like the moon must be up. We're at half moon right now, so the visibility is not too bad. So if we zoom in here at this point, you can just see down the slope there. Yep, they're coming into view now. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. You can see some of our traps. Well, doesn't appear there's anything in those. Let's keep going down the beach. So I did choose this spot in particular because the water doesn't ice over here at all. Oh, look, there are elk tracks here. Yeah, but they're old now. We encountered these the last time 2 weeks ago when we were last here, and unfortunately, that elk never came back, it looks like. Or if he did, he didn't set any more traps off or anything. Oh, well, I mean, that's how passive hunting goes. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And since majority of these traps here are holes that I dug in the ground and I just, covered over some branches, we're not going to move them. I'm going to leave those there pretty much permanently. They are very close to our home, so where are we? Yeah, I see it. Here we are. This is our little tree. This is our little mountain spot right here. I love it very much. Of course, it's very dark. Let me sleep a little bit longer. Hopefully the sun will come up. There we go. It's morning. Boy, oh boy, the sun is being lazy today. It's taking a while to come up, but you can see here on the ground we got a bunch of good food. So 103 dried reindeer cuts and 2 piles of pig cuts or sow cuts. And down here in our cellar, there's a ton more food to go. So we're good, but obviously, I mean, we can always use more. Oh, we got some tracks here. What are these? Oh my god, these almost look like human tracks. Let's find out though. Old lynx tracks. Oh, okay, that's our friend the lynx. That's right, that's right. Oh, that reminds me. I wonder if it's safe to go out on the lake right now. Because at first, we had there he is. Oh, poor boy. So at first you can see this glutton was kind of our little mascot. He had came around the camp quite a bit, and I tried to hunt him once or twice, but then I just gave up and he stuck around. Sadly, he died, and I think it was during. I'm watching down here too, so make sure if I hear ice cracking, we're gonna stop. But he died out here. I think it was right at like early fall when you could still walk out on the ice, but sometimes it would give way even under small animals. And yep, the ice is making a cracking sound. Well, I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to lay down, and then we're going to back away. All right, but we did grab the body. So I think that's what happened to him. He just fell in the cold, cold water and couldn't get back out and drowned inside of like an ice hole, which is sad. And he's with us now. We've got plans. We're going to give him a proper burial, a little fire, a little burial by fire, send him off to the spirit realm. And now the lynx is with us. That's the new mascot. We haven't seen that one as much. The glutton was like here every day. He'd be running across the mountain, interrupting me while I was working. The lynx is much, much more elusive. So I've actually tried to accommodate it a little bit. Let me show you this. So if we climb up this mountain face right over here, yep, check it out. See the bird? So that dead bird, let me look at it. I set a trap at that location right there. Triggered hazel grouse carcass. So, yep, that was exactly what I want to do is catch a bird. Whoops, I didn't mean to exit out. And I'm just going to leave it there. We're not going to go up there and get it. I put it real high up the mountain, hoping that the lynx would come by and eat that bird at some point, or any birds that we do catch there. So, like I said, I'm trying to make it accommodating here for the lynx. I want to keep it around. But now I think we should take our little glutton friend. There it is, the rotten glutton carcass. Wow, 30 pounds. That's a big animal. Man, oh man. But, yeah, we're going to set up a nice fire for it for sure. I think that we've got plenty of branches over here. Let me pick up some. We'll take 100 branches. That should be enough. There we go. All right, and let's take it up to the top of the mountain. What do you say? We're going to zoom out. We'll go to this mountain. We'll leave the other one for the lynx. I think she probably travels all over both, but I've got her bird over there, so I don't want to start a fire. But we'll come up this. You got to be careful. Some of these cliff faces, it wants you to climb them, but I'm not going to be climbing. We're just skiing up the face of this hill. I'm trying to find a way to get onto the very pinnacle. See, it's surrounded by steep cliffs here, but usually, if you look closely enough, you can discover like one or two little spots that will let you pass. Oh, I think, is it this here? No? No? See, this one might be totally surrounded. It's not totally, it's not uncommon. It's just kind of sucks for our purposes. All right, we'll just come out here to the second level then. This edge right here. Let's set up the fire. Ah, it's too bad. I wanted to do it at the very top, but no worries. Okay, we got 152 branches. Whoops. Didn't drop the carcass. There we go. All right, folks, we're going to light it up. There it is. Oh, our friend the glutton. See you later. And we will also do a general sacrifice while we're up here. There we go. Oh boy. Well, after our farewell sacrifice or pot funeral pyre there, I decided to come out and go back to the cave. I want to do some work over here in the cave, like I said, test it out, and maybe do some hunting. Well, along the way, I encountered an elk. Unfortunately, I think we are inside the forest, but nonetheless, we're going to encounter it. And oh, we're in an interest. Okay, so this is a pine forest, not a spruce, which means it's much, much less dense. So I am going to take a shot. Now, the only downside is we're tired, but it's okay. Our endurance isn't terrible. I do need to take off my skis to shoot this. So what I'm going to do is wield the arrow first. Okay, he's turning and running, so he spotted me, but I'm still on him here. I've still got one shot to take here. Let's see. Gonna go for the head. Oh, I hit him. Suffering from a serious cut in the foreleg. It's crippled. Nice. So now if I were to move at this point, my skis will come off because I don't have my ski stick. So I have to wield the ski stick again, which is unfortunate because it gives him another step. It's another time space for him to move. And now, though, the benefit is me still wearing my skis when I go to chase him, which means I won't be able to run, but with our skis on and the proper conditions, we can move pretty darn fast. In fact, he's having trouble getting away from me. Even at my... Oh, he's going into the thick forests. You see it? So the forest is changing just dead ahead. Yeah, it's going into that spruce forest. All right. Well, I'm going to follow his tracks as best I can. If we can get a look at him, that would be amazing. I think his tracks are leading up here. Oh, don't tell me I already lost him. Sometimes it's so hard in the woods. All right. These are leading southeast. Oh, okay. He went over this way. I don't see him. Let's check his tracks. Very fresh. Leading. Oh, it says elk limping tracks. Interesting. We got to find this boy. Leading northwest. All right. There's more. Oh. He's coming out to an open field. Nice. Yep. He left the forest. Oh, look, guys. He is totally without the capacity to move. Yeah, he's very fatigued. He is crippled, though. That shot was amazing. Let's go. We used our handmade longbow as well as some fine broadhead arrows that we blacksmithed and created ourselves. So that was a good shot right there, man. First major kill with that. Well, maybe not the first one, but it's a big one. Let me look at this guy again. How big is he? Escaping bull elk. So it is a male, obviously, with those horns. Now he's trying to get down into those trees. I'm going to try and head him off. You know what? We're so good right now. I'm going to go ahead and wield my axe, which is going to remove my skis, but I'm going to actually start running. I'm going to start chasing him through the snow because my endurance is perfect. And yeah, it's time to catch up with him. So let's zoom in. I do not want him going into those trees again. Since we're next to him, I'm going to stop running and I'm going to take a shot at his legs. Blunt to the legs. Let's bring him down. Come on. There it goes. All right, he's unconscious. Blunt to the skull. And I repeat this probably a dozen times until he's dead. That should be it for him. Come on. Like I said, about a dozen times or so, maybe more. There we go. We've done it. Now, at this point, first thing I'm going to do is put my arrow. Actually, no, I'm going to put my skis back on. So let's do our ski stick. And, yep, just got to move. Once you get the proper equipment in your hand, you just move and the skis will pop back on you. Now, we want to rest here a little bit. Not sleep, just rest. Because when I skin this guy, I want to be at full capacity. There we go. So we've skinned him. We got a decent winter skin, elk skin. That's a big one. We are weary now, so I'm just going to go ahead and sleep right here on top of the carcass. No worries. Something in the distance. Do a sacrifice. We feel comfortable. Let's go back to bed. All right. And we wake up to the snow, so there's not much we can do, but we are perfectly vigorous now. So we're going to butcher him completely. Nice. Oh, man. What just turned into like a random encounter on my way to another destination. Wasn't even really necessarily hunting. Man, oh man, look at this too. I do not have enough. Nope, I do not have enough strength to carry this guy. He gave me 246 cuts. Damn. All right, so there's 16 pounds of antler and bone here. I'm going to drop it on the map. Oof. Still can't move, even here. So I need to drop some meat. I'm going to drop 46 cuts. Okay, that did it. Now I do have enough carrying capacity to carry this, but let's see, where are we? Damn, we are actually near the cave. I don't have any cordage there yet. I didn't actually bring any. I was just going to cut some down. So I think for the purposes of this help, because here's what we'll do. Okay, so I'll take the majority of the meat and the skin back up home, and we'll get this processed. real quick. Then I'll take some cordage with me and we'll come down here and retrieve this meat. It might be bad at that point. I don't know because it's just sitting out here in the open, you know. Although we're in the dead of winter, so it's going to last a lot longer. If it was summer, this would not even work. I could tell you that. But we'll pick it up. If it's still good, we'll come to the cave and see if we can smoke it there. So let's get back home. Oh boy, well, check it out. There she is. The lynx is here at the campsite. I was just coming down here to take a look at the fur, see how it's going, and boom, the lynx showed up. So that's pretty amazing. Like I said, they kind of stick to an area sometimes, occasionally. Let's take a look at her. I'm not going to shoot at her or anything. Just the lynx, just a straight up lynx. No male or female. I think at some point he's talked about adding male female. I know that dogs and some of the cows and bulls, domesticated animals, do have different genders. There's no breeding in the game yet, but again, I think that's something he's intended to do at some point. But you know, he does have a fairly consistent update schedule, but it's loose. You know, he's not a strict adherent, and you know, it seems like he just does stuff that he finds interesting and wants to see added, which is totally cool with me. I mean, he is the master of this game. Tell you what, and it's been out so long that I'm sure like going back to it is just a labor of love at this point. But it's a great one. I hope you guys have getting actual enjoyment of the game as well, in addition to watching the series with me here. But man, oh man, yep, just following the links, kind of slowly shadowing it. Let's leave it alone. Let her go into her little forest home back there. There's the bird is still up there on top of the mountain, and yep, she's not eating or anything. She's rotten now too. So what I'll probably do is go grab that carcass. I'll just reset the trap. I'm pretty sure that animals will come and eat the bait, or not the bait. They'll eat the caught, you know, prey that you've caught if they feel like it, or if they can get access to it. If you leave it long enough, in other words. No, yeah, I'm not going to bait that thing. There's enough birds everywhere around. The one of them will get stuck in that. Trust me. It's just maybe the lynx hasn't seen it. I don't know. It's maybe it's not the best spot. I should probably bring it down off the mountain, put it closer to the floor, to like the valley floor here. But we'll worry about it later. It was just a fun little thing I was trying to do. So I'm gonna take this old bird up there to the spot. Looks like the glutton didn't actually burn all the way either. So yeah, I'm gonna need to get some more wood there. Finish that off. Okay, I think I've got enough firewood here to do the trick. I'm gonna push these logs up the cliff face, slender trunks there, and into that fire. So now we got a pretty good sized fire up there on the mountaintop. Looking good. That should be enough to take care of those two carcasses for us. So sending them off properly. You don't have to do it. You know, I could just leave the rotting stuff laying around. Eventually it'll turn into bones and disappear. If there are no bones, it'll just disappear. But, you know, I like to do it this way. A little bit of fun role playing. Alrighty, well, the elk is fully processed. I just finished with the fur right here. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and drop it on the ground here. And I've got a few spruce withes with me as well, like I said, for the trip back, so that when we pick up this meat, if it is still good, we don't have to worry about crafting cordage. We just have it with us ready to go. So let's get back over there. It's been a few days. Not going to lie, it takes that long. Oh man, there's a weasel. I want to check it. Let's see at this, if we can shoot at this. All right, let's take a look. I'll go for this weasel for sure. If we could get it with the fowling arrow or something, that'd be amazing. Let's wield one, take a shot at it. Ah, didn't even see me though. Try again. Oh, no, not. One more. Ooh, oh, we didn't kill it, but it's done. Look at it. It's still alive. I can tell by the blue arrow indicates that it's still, you know, like alive. But yeah, we knocked this sucker for a loop with that shot. All right, let's get our hand axe out. Too blunt to the head. Shoot, it's running. I'm going to chase it. It's really seriously hurt, but yeah, okay, it's stopped. I was going to say it could still get away, possibly, but all right, let's do blunt to the skull. Oh, we did it. Look at that. We got ourselves a little weasel. Nice grizzly. Yeah, I kind of mangled it probably with that shot that I took on it. since it was pretty devastating. It wasn't quite lethal, but pretty close. Man, oh man, that was good. We'll still try and salvage something out of the fur for sure. So now I need to get my ski stick back in my hand. Boom, there we go. All right, so let's keep moving. I mean, this is great. It's like this is the second time now that I've hit something on the way to our shelter. So just goes to show you, this is pretty fertile hunting ground up here. But we've got a mission. So let's see. Now the problem is I was an idiot and I didn't leave an indicator on the world map where the meat was. No, I forgot. It's not impossible to find it, but it's going to be extremely difficult now. Oh my gosh, I got way ahead of myself and just totally forgot about it. So it wasn't right next to the shelter there. I feel like it was close to this area. I have to try and figure it out by memory now. Oh, this is going to add some time to it too, because I'm tired now at this point. Well, we should go to sleep because it'll be easier to see it in the day. Ah, it looks frightening. Come on. I've been sacrificing like crazy here. I don't know why the surroundings look frightening to me, but oh well. What are you going to do? So yeah, like I said, as the sun comes up, it'll be easier to find this stuff. Ah, that was such a boneheaded move. Man, oh man. Oh well. I'm going to have to go back to the cave at some point just to process this weasel, but oh well, I'm going to keep looking. I'm not giving up just yet. Oh well, I've been out here now for a couple days searching. I don't even know the condition. The weasel carcass is still okay. It's tiny. It's a tiny little animal, but I think I'm going to give up on those meat cuts. That's okay. What we'll do is, oh, there's a fox right there above me. We'll just settle in here for a couple of days, gather some of the materials, get some more cordage, and then we'll go out on a hunt and we'll experiment then here in the cave. But for starters, I guess we could try the weasel. I mean, at the very least, I need to go ahead and process it here. Open up the water. We got plenty of food, and I can always go back home and get more if we need it, if we're not successful with any of our hunts. But this is all just kind of an experiment, having fun. Yeah, see, it actually says the hide of the weasel is mutilated beyond use. So that's too bad, but we are going to butcher it. And is there any bones? No bones left. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and sacrifice the little bit of meat that we got from the weasel. Yeah, it's sad, but hopefully that'll put us more in line with the spirit realm here. But we do have a piece of raw fat on us, so I'll probably cook that up the next time I get a fire going, or maybe stick it in a trap or something. But nonetheless, I'm going to drop. We'll use this little platform right here inside the cave. We'll drop the spruce withes here. There's no reason for me to carry these around. This is basically going to be our little home. And we can sleep anywhere inside the cave. I don't need to build a shelter. We're protected from the elements here. It's just, it is dark in here. So without a torch, I could run into an animal. Still, even though we've explored it, you can see like, I can't see anything in front of me. It's only when I step closer there that it kind of opens up, you see. But I think it's relatively safe. And I can just keep a fire burning, for most of the time. It's going to take a lot of lumber still. So let's take a quick peek. Let's see. Okay, good. We do have a nice little forest down here to the south. So, boom, right away. I'll be spending some more time cutting down trees. Just what you love to do after you built an entire cabin is cut more trees down. But it's okay. It's all part of the fun, right? Just experimenting, trying things out, learning to see if we can close off a cave and smoke meat inside of it. It's a valuable, I think, lesson, especially for future playthroughs for me going through. Maybe I'll do one where we have no construction ability whatsoever. We just do a full cave playthrough, So I will give it a try. As soon as we catch something, we'll try to smoke in here without a door. If it fails, which I think it probably will, we'll try and construct the door and see what happens there. So going forward, guys, that's going to be the plan. It probably won't be too much longer before we accomplish this and move on to something else. But like I said, it's all for fun. If you guys have some goals you'd like to see accomplished in this playthrough, or maybe even in future playthroughs, leave me some comments down below. And I hope you'll hit that like button for me, guys. And I'll see you on the next episode.